ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שהכל נהיה בדברו. The Torah says that we should be holy. Kedoshim tiyu. God is pure holiness. So by being holy, we come closer to God. How do you come closer to God? What do you have to do? Think about it. Do certain things. One of my favorites is the rabbi of the Kotel in Israel, of the Kotel HaMaravi, of the Western Wall. He says, citing a certain teaching of our rabbis, one way of coming closer to God is by studying Torah. In other words, Torah is the expressed will of God. God is telling you what He wants you to do. So when you study Torah, you come closer to God because He is the source of the Torah. Also, maybe by making sure that your daughter marries somebody who studies Torah, by contributing for others to study Torah. In other words, by making sure that Torah is more universal, you are becoming holy. Another way he says, take a look at what God did. Imitating God. God is all holiness. God went to visit Abraham when he was sick. He was sick, he had been circumcised. So God went to visit him. So by visiting the sick, by doing something for others, you also become holy. In other words, how do you become holy? By doing certain things that the Bible teaches us that God has done. And thereby you also become closer to God. What did God do in the beginning? It says that when God created man, He formed a garden. He made the Garden of Eden as a residence for the first human being. You know, at a certain point in life, you have to ask yourself, what are you doing in this world? Is it to enjoy yourself? Is it to eat, to get up in the morning, to go to work? Or is there a higher purpose? Because maybe what to be holy really means, you have to take a step up. Aside from your daily routine, you have to do something else. And what did this teaching tell us? You have to study God's Word. That's one way of becoming holy. Get closer to the intellect of God, so to speak. Number two, you have to go and do something for somebody else. Just like God went to visit the sick, you also have to visit the sick. You have to help. If somebody dies, you have to help to bury him. If somebody needs, he is downtrodden, you have to raise him up. You have to help others. And number three, God planted a Garden of Eden. He made this world a little bit better. You also have to make this world a little bit better. In other words, what I'm trying to tell you is that life is not only about yourself. Your daily routine, that is not enough. That may be enough for the animal kingdom. That may be enough for other creatures that roam in this earth. But for us, for human beings, you have to try to transcend your daily life. You have to try to rise a little bit, to come closer to heaven, to become a little bit more spiritual. And how do you do that? By imitating what God did. So tonight, when you go to sleep, you have to ask yourself, what did you do during the day? Did you just fulfill your biological needs and that's all you did? Or did you do something else also? Maybe you should have a Bible next to your nightstand, and every night, before you go to sleep, maybe read a chapter or two. Try to become a little more spiritual. Try to free yourself of your daily routines and try to enter into a higher spiritual level. This way you will grow, and every day you will reach a higher rung in this ladder.